what is it, 2.5 years ago now? Something about that. What was the first venue that started that?
We started off in the courtyard. We joined up with other big promoters in Birmingham. We were doing really small parties, a completely different aesthetic to everyone else who's like the other parties in Birmingham. Trying to capture a lot of the atmosphere that the Rainbow already had, but have a different spin on everything.
We've always tried to push new artists and bring through up and coming artists. So a lot of the lineups that we do usually have like a strong headliner with young artists, and we think that it sort of helps us do something different in Birmingham. That's what we felt we needed to do, like push a different sound in Birmingham and try and like create a party which is all about vibe and the music specifically.
Yeah, we're always interested. It was always the Rainbow. Rainbow was always sort of first choice for venue, just because of the different rooms it's got in it. You can have one party in, say, the courtyard one week, and then like the next month you'll have it in the garden, and it'll be just a completely different feel. And I think besides
us two mainly, like we've been going out to the Rainbow predominantly in Birmingham, going to amazing parties with loads of massive headliners and like idolising what people were doing at those parties, and it's just nice to be given a chance to do something of our own and try and push different things in a way that it will work in Birmingham, and pushing different music that maybe wasn't seen as like the forefront at the time. And over the time we've kind of build our troops with a lot of people from outside of Birmingham, which means they go out a lot in different cities, and we've used that to our advantage with Shadow City to maybe bring a different element to the parties.
It's about like the serious kind of new music, but still with that party vibe going, but not making it too cheesy, but still happy and good vibes really.
And that's why the Rainbow is good really, because you can have the same brand and the same party, but in each different room you're always going to have a different vibe. We've done everything. We've started small. We've had parties in the cellar, we've had parties in the courtyard, we've had big ones in the garden, and now the Rainbow have given us the opportunity to move into the warehouse, and there isn't really many other clubs out there that really champion promoters and give them a chance to come into a space like this.
We've all had like highlights. I really like sort of the beginnings, the little parties, filling the little rooms with all of our friends and things, and then sort of it's like putting on a headliner was really special for us, because there was music that we listened to that wasn't being played in Birmingham. And then sort of the growth of everything has been quite interesting as well, like being able to do the bigger shows and get friends from different cities down to play with us. Like
it's been brilliant to see the party grow itself. I mean, we started off last year with Bond acts who were relatively unknown, and everyone that came to the party was so excited. We threw it on a Wednesday, they absolutely smashed the place, and then sort of 8 months later we welcomed them back, and we had about 500, 600 people packed out the room, and it was just incredible to see how the party had grown from those beginnings.
Yeah, that first Bondax one was kind of like more of an intimate kind of vibe, wasn't it?
And it felt like an introduction.
And then it's the growth of the artists as well, and like sort of sticking with them for a couple of shows was really good as well.
And it was nice to see, because before, when like the garden was set up a bit differently for the first Bondax, and when people came back for the second one, there was more of a stage area, and you had Siren do the live vocals
we had like
as well.
vocalists.
I'd say that, but the second Bondax day was probably
that
was a highlight.
The pinnacle, wasn't it?
And maybe the daytime one as well, because
the daytime one was.
It was a bit different.
It was different. That's kind of like what we've enjoyed as well. We, again, as I said about all the different venues that you got inside the Rainbow,
and the family feel of the Rainbow as well. Being able to work with other promoters who are pushing a different sound, but like making a night work together. Sort of like collabing and doing it properly, and that's been really good, sort of working with different promoters from Birmingham and learning a lot from them, like sort of being the new guys to a degree, and learning from the guys who've been in the game slightly longer has been really good for us.
There were burritos as well.
There were burritos, the whole set, like being outside before the street food going on, and a massive tent. But it was nice doing it with Face as well, because they've been such an established brand at the Rainbow, and we both brought something different to it, and it just works so well together.
The future for us, like sort of trying to do a different thing, like getting involved with more festivals and bringing a festival aesthetic to Birmingham and the Rainbow.
We want to
That's the next
big
step
shows,
for us.
don't we? Like,
yeah, and making sure that there's just a really nice atmosphere, but in a bigger space. That's kind of what we're excited about now. So the future's bright, and the Rainbow is the perfect environment for it, I think.
Yeah, you can do a lot of you can put a lot of big stuff up. Like we've got plans to put big screens up in the warehouse and things like that, and hanging people from the ceiling for Groove Armada. And
we would never have thought that we would have been able to book Groove Armada like last year ever, but we've got them in March, and it's incredible.
It's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah.